right, everybody back? Is everyone look to the left and look to the right? Is your field partner with you? All right, guys. We're about to start the Q&A. Sorry, we good?
Yeah, we good.
Okay. So the first game, King. No, first of all, again, still, I want to again acknowledge real quick the producers of the show, Miss April MC and Miss J. Let's give a round of applause. They were the ones running in the background, making sure everything was good, making sure everybody's shirt collar was tucked in and all that cool stuff, man. So we got to talk about that real quick. And then, so I want to introduce the Game Kings, and then we're going to get into the Q&A. Now, guys, the rules of the Q&A is that if you have a question, just kind of line up right there where you see K Zaggin. Just line up right there on the aisle, and we'll hand you the mic so you can ask your question. All right. And if you have another question, of course, you could go to the back of the line and then, ask a question. Everybody understand? All right, great. All right, so another round of applause for the movie real quick. Yes, sir. And we want to thank you, all of you who support, all of you who buy tickets, all of you who make things happen. You guys actually make things happen. You understand? And we do projects like this, we do events like this, so you see that we're not just, chilling for money just so we can buy Lamborghinis and Bugattis and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're taking the money and we're doing stuff with it to bring the message back to you in a more efficient way. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's really all about. But the first game king that I'd like to introduce to you is the baddest motherfucker in the world. His name is Miles Cunningham. All right now, all right. I don't like that. I need a little more, just a little bit more. The baddest motherfucker on the planet, Miles Cunningham. Yeah. All right, and then we got another bad motherfucker. He's also called the bad boy of the dating game. His name is Mr. Lucario. Yeah. All right, now, this brother, his game is so heavy that they couldn't let him out last time. All right? Everybody was looking for him in Vegas and we couldn't find him. And, but this time, he's like, forget all that. I'm going to be there no matter what. Understand that manhood is a skill set, right? So I want to introduce my man, K Zaggin. Plenty! Now, for all of my gorilla people, all of my people who believe that weak men should be purged, you know what I'm saying? All the way from the West Coast, this brother, man, he came in the game like spitting straight fire. You understand? When I say Silverback, I want you to say, oh. Y'all ready? Right. Silverback! Oh. There you go, Mr. 1950! Now, the man you love to hate. But it's crazy because two guys in here got some big ass steaks from my man. They act like he's mean. He's so mean. But he got the most game in the room. Let's hear it. Big round of applause. I'm not playing. Get this energy up. Big round of applause for Steve D. All right, guys. So if you have a question, please line up on the side so we can get things going.
Come on, motherfuckers. Get your ass over there and move. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
My name is Jared from Miami, Florida. I had a question for Steve.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yes, sir.
I started your program a couple months ago, but I had the scene with it. But I had a question about the core.
Yes.
I know you talk about the core and all that, but
yes.
So when it comes to the core, I know you talk about transcending the known, right?
Yes.
So when it comes to the court, is it like transitioning in the moment and also like possibly creating yourself while you discover yourself at the same time?
Well, think about this. Okay, so this is what I learned when I was young. So, do you remember how you got here?
No.
No, you didn't. But you got here. There was something inside you that said, "Fuck my brothers and sisters. I'm gonna get to the egg." My mother's white T cells were wiping them out. There was no sperm tube or anything like that. You didn't have conscious thought. So there was something inside you that drove you to the egg. And that's the level of game that we're saying. So you have it. And this is what all these men here are here to do, is to help you unearth it. We are all winners based on that principle that you're here right now. But we've got to get you to tap into something that goes beyond conscious thought or feelings and thoughts. I say the core is like a computer. Think about it. If you put 2 plus 2 in, it's just going to give you the 4. It doesn't have any thought. It doesn't give a fuck or have any emotion. So what all of us are all doing is the same thing in our own different way, but it's showing you how to tap into yourself, to understand yourself better, to be able to move and guide yourself. That's what the core does. And that's why I always say it's not about women. It's something, some guy right here says, it's deep. The truth is inside you. Yes.
All right. So like, how do you avoid like having like? Cause I don't want to. Maybe you guys can help me. I'm definitely come to you for help. Like, I don't want to have like fake confidence. I want to have I want to be.
But there's a problem right there. A lion doesn't say I want to be a lion. A lion just is. So what the problem is in your reality for a lot of young men, it's on paper. I want to change, like a New Year's resolution. Right. These motherfuckers, we don't talk about it. The game is always about action. Your action, your movements are your truth. I can say I want to be a fucking pirate or a doctor all day and shit, but if I'm not doing any surgery, I'm full of shit. So it's more about doing without thinking. Because we all, I got to keep pointing because we all do the same. We want you to move without thought. Just like when you wake up in the morning, you move without thought. When you want the light on, you move without thought. So that's the level of the game. Is just that your interpretation of reality, especially when it comes to women, you think women are special. So you bring women in to your world. We're trying to say they can be of your world once they're worthy of that.
All right. Appreciate it.
Next up.
All right. My name is Jalen, 31, from Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. And my question is, I have a lot of questions because I've been following you on for a while, but I'm just taking one question.
Oh, then get back your ass back in line.
Yeah. Go back.
You ask your questions.
All right, but okay. So, what does it mean to truly be uncomfortable? And there's context on why I'm asking that. Like, what does it mean to be? What does it truly mean to be uncomfortable right now?
That's an interesting question. So what does it mean to truly be uncomfortable? So what do you mean in what context? Like uncomfortable with yourself, uncomfortable because your chair feels funny? Like what do you mean?
So uncomfortable. So a prime example is for me, I came to Florida by myself. I flew here by myself and did everything here by myself. And it's like that's very, very uncomfortable.
I love that.
Okay, I got you. So I got you what you mean in the question. So basically, that's just you coming out of your comfort zone. That's it. And so a lot of times what happens is that there are things that you're going to, encounter in your life. And it's going to test you because it's going to feel uncomfortable because you haven't been doing that before. This is even when it comes to learning game. The reason why a lot of guys don't want to learn game is because learning game is uncomfortable because it's taking you from where you're at to where you want to be, and that's not really that easy. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing is that the uncomfortability, all it does is it just brings out more of who you really are because it shows you a side of you that you haven't seen before because you're in circumstances that you haven't been in before. But the thing I was saying is this is a spiritual teacher I listened to. His name is Bashar. He said, circumstances doesn't matter. He said your state of being is all that matters. So whatever circumstance you're in, right? If you have a certain state of being, meaning your state of mind is a certain, then you're good no matter what situation you're in. because you're still that person who has that sort of state of mind, with, you know, regardless of the situation. You see what I'm saying?
When we talk about being uncomfortable, I need you to understand that comfortability or uncomfortability never lasts. But if you don't do nothing, comfortability can last forever. You see what I'm saying? So here's the thing with change, development, and success. You ever heard of being afraid of success? Okay. And this is something that I've talked about on one of my Zoom calls. If anybody here is on my Zoom calls, maybe you heard me say this. Anybody here ever watched the anime Afro Samurai? Okay, check this out. In order to be a samurai, you get the number one headband. When you get the number one headband, everybody's coming for your head, literally. So, you claim you want to be successful, right? Are you ready for the change? And are you ready for the circumstance of everybody coming for your head? Are you ready for the success? Now, the beautiful part is that the uncomfortability is only going to last but so long. Because the same way you got comfortable with the man that you are now, is the same way you're going to get to that next level and you're going to get comfortable again. And if you're truly a man, that's when you start searching for a new level to be uncomfortable with, so you can get comfortable with the new level. You see what I'm saying? So, you want to talk about uncomfortability, but uncomfortability don't last. But being comfortable can last forever. And the sad part is, you can either be comfortable here, or you can work your ass off, be uncomfortable, and then get up here, and then be comfortable again. You see what I'm saying?
So let me ask you a question. You ran or you live in
My mom right now. Mom's down.
Have you ever had a problem?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so when you lease like an apartment or something, do you ever notice the rent go up down there every month?
Yes.
Right? So if you were making a certain amount and you never increase your earning potential, eventually you'd be priced out the housing market, you wouldn't be able to survive. Right? One thing about the comfort zone is comfortable, but nothing grows there. Right? So as men, we have to constantly evolve. One of the things I've noticed throughout the years when I worked at various jobs, especially when you work with anything with computers, you know, different apps and programming, it changes, right? Because the company is growing. So they have to retrain the employees to our system here. And every time that would happen, people would complain. I never would, because I understand everything involved to get better. But the people that complain are people that like to be comfortable. Right? So one thing about life is you can never get too comfortable because you always have to adapt to change.
All right, I'm gonna bring you from the street. Let me do it a whole different right. So I was always taught when I was really young, if you're comfortable, you are putting yourself in jeopardy, right? Because you are not aware of your surroundings. So being uncomfortable, this is why I always say live in an uncomfortable state, is being aware of your surroundings, but also understanding that being aware of your surroundings means that you take actions immediately, right? A lot of you men can't tell a man that he's doing something to you that's disrespectful. Y'all will turn the other cheek. You will allow it to happen, but you never supposed to allow that shit to happen. Because you're comfortable with not being in a confrontation state, you're comfortable with, you know, not getting punched on, you're comfortable with people not yelling at you or getting your space. Well, you don't have the edge in order to defend yourself and defend your brand that you call your own program, right? So what I'm saying is, in the minds of someone who's really, really tough, meaning mentally tough, you gotta have an edge to you, and that comes from being uncomfortable. You know, like we was walking with Steve Stagg and Jay Roman yesterday, man, we was trying to find a ole, and what did I tell y'all immediately? I was like, the guy down the street that we was just with, he took his shirt off, and he was looking at us, and he was pacing a little bit. Remember I told y'all that? And I was like, hey, if this cat turns his corner, if he goes over here and turns his corner, we about to have it. Because I already knew that he knew that we wasn't from there, and I didn't know if he was going to try to do something to us in order to take something from us. But like the mentality of being comfortable, I just walk by and say what's up, and just kept talking to him, but I wasn't going to be aware of my situation. You know what I mean? So always be aware of your situation. It's okay. Like I like what Carlos said, or was it Zach? But it was like being comfortable here, or there was Miles, or comfortable here. That is really a thing, right? So you can never really be too comfortable, but just understand that you have to be uncomfortable in order to look out for yourself. Got me?
Let me say something to it. All right, I'm gonna swing it another way. All right, your homework assignment, you see Wanted with Angelina Jolie? No. Okay, that's gonna be your homework assignment. Watch Wanted, Morgan Freeman, Angelina Jolie. So where you all go wrong with comfort or discomfort, what it is, because you don't know what it is, you place a label on it called fear. But what you don't understand about discomfort and wanting to kind of explain it, maybe it's that man trying to come outside of you. But because that man's coming outside of you, that you're not used to that, you want to hold him down because you don't know that. So you get this feeling and you think it's fear. But these are men, this is why we fucking love the unknown. We love going into the darkness, the burning bridges, because that expands, like I was saying, our mindsets and our comfort zone. It's just that because you didn't know it at the time, you labeled it fear, anxiety, and then you wanted to suppress the man or the lion inside of you. So once you begin to believe and trust in yourself, where it's uncomfortable, will then become comfortable, but then you'll look for more uncomfortable. And that's what Miles was saying. You want to keep looking for uncomfortable because that's what the game forces you to do. You don't want to go with the current. That's what the humans do, the grassy lion bitch ass motherfucker. You want to go against the current. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you tougher. So you just got to unlabel it as fear and just say it's the new me, the me tomorrow, the me the next day.
It's funny I say that because even me standing here right now, going down them steps and asking her that question was hella fucking uncomfortable. but standing here, it's like standing here right now, talking to you gentlemen, it's like it's slow, that uncomfortability is slowly getting away. Now I'm able to talk to you guys, I'm able to communicate and articulate my words.
Yes.
So you literally became a brand new man just by walking down those stairs, just now.
Woo!
I'm Hagen, live 23, living in Miami, Florida. My question for you guys here today is, when it comes to the standards that you built for yourself when learning the game, what steps did you take? Because this is something, like, for myself, I'm learning, and you have to come from a standpoint of, like, cleaning the slate. So when there's nothing to go off of, how do you know what to build from?
There's always something to go on. There's always something to go on. Guys, I hate off of. When the fuck did we start saying off of? Is it just me? Am I crazy? It's not based off of. It's based on. And I'm making the fucking mistake myself. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's always based on something. And that something is you. Okay? That something is you. The problem is that most of us don't believe in what we like. You have to believe in what you like. Like, look at everybody up here. This man got a shirt with a gorilla on it. It's a fucking gorilla.
I can relate.
Now, let's just say 1950 was a bitch ass nigga. Let's just say it could probably never happen in a million years. But let's just say. No, but listen. No, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. He could easily say to himself, I'm a black man in America. Why would I put a monkey on my shirt? Everybody's gonna make fun of me. Oh my God. No. He embraced his brand of a silverback gorilla. And he he put that on his shirt, and he represented it proudly with his chest out. So he looked at what he liked.
I'm sexy too.
Right. He looked at what he liked and said, that's what I want. That's what I want to represent myself. And I don't care if somebody gonna look at my shirt and make racial connotations and stuff. You see what I'm saying? He made a choice. He made an absolute choice to put on that shirt, and every man made a choice to look how they look today, including myself. Everybody in here, you made a choice, whether you know it or not. But sometimes we're not aware. You celebrate. You got to celebrate the choices that you make, because the fact that you look different from everybody else, that's what makes you different, special. And see, here's the thing: if you don't take the time to celebrate the possibility of your own choices, then you miss the chance to inspire someone else to make theirs.
So when you talk about standards, right? The problem with a lot of people is other people's opinions matter too much to you. So a lot of times when you're making decisions for yourself, when it comes to standards, principles, and things of that nature, you're always thinking about how that person gonna feel about me taking this stance on that. Right? So your standards are on, it's about you and what you want for your life, and not giving a fuck what someone else's opinion is, including your parents. Including your parents. I mean, you can respect your parents, but you can respectfully fuck your opinion. Like, this is my life, right? You don't, be appreciative that your parents raised you, right? That they gave you the tools you needed to be who you are, but it's on you now. One thing I like to say to my mother, when I started having kids, I would tell them, you had your shot. Thank you for raising me. I got it from her, right? And for a while, she fought that, but she learned to respect it, because I stood on it. And that's part of having standards and all that type of thing, is consistency, all right?
Are we good, man? Any questions? No. Thank you.
My name is Mohab, and I'm from Egypt, but I come here from Toronto, Canada. And first of all, I want to say appreciate every single one of you. Appreciate the Game Kings documentary, for real, for real. My question specifically for 1950, but I want to hear everyone else's take. And it was something he said in the documentary. It was heavy. He said that a man is already dead.
Yes.
And he said, and that was heavy. A man is already, I understood the first part when he said a man is already dead. In a sense, you're willing to put it all on the line any moment. Honestly, when you said the second part of, and I'm not going to word it correctly, but you said based on him every day, growing his potential, his highest purpose every day, a man is already dead. Can you expand on that? And I want to hear everyone's take too.
Yeah, so I was told that by my father, and I miss him a lot. I know y'all hear that, man. Got a lot of respect for him. He was my superhero, still is, and I'm a superhero now too. You know what I mean? So he just transferred power. So let me say this, man. It all started really when I was really young, and I don't know if I was like a young bitch ass little nigga, something he may have saw it, so I don't know. But he always told me, like, we're not supposed to have fear as a man. He said that is actually taught. He said you're taught to have fear. He said because when you see the result of something happening, then I'm not supposed to do this, right? So that is being taught to be afraid. He said if you look at the wild, look at animals. He said if you look at any of those animals, they're not afraid. They're active on what they're trying to do. Now they understand they can be injured, but they're not afraid to go after what they want. So being fearful is almost, if you look at it, it's really not a masculine thing, right? But what I will tell you is that the biggest thing for me is that if you like dead people are unfearful of anything, right? So if you are already dead in your mind, you already think like, I'm just complete my purpose on what God wants me to do. So no matter where I want to go and how I want to get there, God is going to get me there, no matter what. So if I'm already dead, I'm not going to fear being on this land. If I got to defend myself anyway, I'm talking about if I got to defend my family, if I got to drive to a damn wall to get my kids a burning building, that's what I'm going to do in order to do it. A lot of men fail because they hesitate. I don't care what it is. It could be anything in life. You hesitate. You hate your job. You got an opportunity. You got a little savings. You quit and you better yourself and you do something else. You don't want to do that because you hesitate. That's a fear. And because what you really seen is people fail. And you said, I don't want to be that. So again, fear is what? Taught. So if it's taught, you gotta get rid of that shit, right? That's what.
Let me say something real quick. There is a saying, I forget who said it, but they said that man is the only creature on the planet that refuses to be what he meant to be. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
So have any of y'all seen the movie Apocalypto? Look, you gotta go watch that movie. In the beginning of the movie, right, and it takes place, I believe, during the Mayan, Aztec days, you're talking about hundreds of years ago. Right, so there's a point where the son is with his father, he's the elder, he's the leader of the tribe, the village, and they're with, other men that are hunting for food, right? So while they're out in the forest and whatnot, there's another group of people that come by, and the son is anxious. He knows that something is amiss with these individuals. So as he's trying to talk to the individuals, the father is telling him, be still. So on the way back to the village, the father stops the son, and he tells him, what I saw on you today was fear. Don't bring that into my village. It's like a disease, right? And so the thing about fear is it paralyzes you. You're at first, your mind, right? And keeps you from taking action. So when we talk about man is the only creature on the planet that refuses to be what he is, taking action, that's what we do.
I'll say real quick, what you have to understand too is a lot of times fear stops you from living, which means that you're actually disrespecting life. You're disrespecting your life by always being fearful. You see what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand everything's connected. So what a lot of people don't realize is because everything is connected, we forget that the other thing that we're thinking about or worrying about is connected to the other thing that we're worrying about. So, for example, hot is connected to cold, up is connected to down, life is connected to death. You see what I'm saying? So if you're afraid of dying, right, then you're also afraid of living. You see what I'm saying? And you're sort of caught in the middle. So you're not actually here living and doing the thing you need to do to be able to really like fully experience. Because, as for what we can know right now, we don't even know when you die, I'm just assuming that you're not going to have the same experiences that you're having as when you're living. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that I'm sure everything you're doing today, a person who's dead can't do anything you're doing today. You know what I'm saying? So you have to embrace your life and you have to respect your life by being able to push through the fear. You see what I'm saying? Because even for myself, like I saw my dude Miles jump out of the airplane and I was like,
Oh, with the man on his back.
yeah, exactly. The man on the back, right. Yeah, the man on his back jumping out of the airplane. I want you to think about the fact that he had a man on his back. That's what I'm saying. So I still have a fear of doing that. And this is the thing. I don't even want to jump out of a plane. I just want to get over my fear. So that's why I want to jump out of a plane. You see what I'm saying? So that's really what it's about.
I'm not gonna talk about men. What is the bully afraid of? What is the greatest fear of the bully? A bigger bully.
Right.
And the only way you can become a bigger bully is, in my opinion, is you gotta die every day. These men die every day. I told you, I always say my saddest moment is 11:59. Because why? I gotta get rid of the motherfucker I love, cherish, adore, appreciate, and will ride, die for, the old me. See, who I am yesterday is not who I am today. Who I am today is not who I am tomorrow. So we got to kill off now. We got to kill off who you are today out of love for yourself. Because then you become complacent. And that's where a lot of you guys are going wrong. You're not evolving. These men evolve every day like clockwork. They don't even realize they're evolving, but they're doing it because they are one with themselves. Remember? One thought, one mind, one way. And that's how they're thinking, that's how they're moving. So you gotta have an attitude like that fucking gorilla on his chest, that if there is fear here, we gotta start bullying the bully. You That's the fuck here. You gotta get your warrior and everybody together, and you gotta go to the schoolyard. I think it was talking about going to the schoolyard and get beat up by 3 motherfuckers. Yeah. Maybe you get beat up by fear, rejection, and anxiety. His father made him go back to the schoolyard, but you have to make yourself go back to the schoolyard and fuck them up. And if they beat you up today, it's cool. Go back tomorrow. You keep going back until they tap the fuck out and say, hey, ain't gonna happen. I ain't trying to fuck with you. I just try to get on somebody's back and talk about playing shit.
All right, thank you. All right. Yeah.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Christopher, born and raised in Miami. And what you guys do, you guys serve at it's not for us anything, and usually I don't have questions over it, but you guys told us how to figure out answers for our own, to ask ourselves, be our own best. So my question is more like, what do you guys in the community? I see you on working on a new book. We're working on show segments, so you guys have plans next as far as next steps and how you guys are continuing to get back to the community.
Yeah, so we myself and Miles was planning, some, what do we call those? Like boot camp joints. Yeah, like we're gonna take a few guys, we're gonna work on all your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like in real life, the whole weekend, we're going out with you guys. We're working on your online shit. We're working on your mouthpiece when you go out to talk to women. So that's gonna be coming up soon, where you guys will come out with us the whole weekend and actually grind it out. You understand? Because a lot of times, if you're talking about it, but you gotta be about it. So this is why we want to get you guys out there to be about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been working on my book for a while. So I got a book coming out sometime around February. I got to give it up to Steve, man. I think he called me every month. You know what I mean? Working on it, but I appreciate it. I think you do. So yeah, the book will be out, and it's gonna be pretty dope. And it's creative. It's gonna be very helpful right away, from the start to the finish. It's no fluff. I don't really believe in all the fluff. So it's gonna be right to the point, and it's gonna get you guys to understand things that can help you right away.
Well, let me say something. Yeah, Steve was on me too, man. So, Paul. No, but one of the things that men hold each other accountable to be men.
Yeah.
Right. So when somebody sees something inside of you, right. Okay, let's put it another way.
His whole vocabulary, I don't know if y'all know this. His whole vocabulary is flawed. It's flawed.
When an individual sees your potential, when they see the greatness emanating from out of you, right?
Good
They want
grief.
you to do more, right? So sometimes what you'll have is they'll let you know, look, you can do more, do more.
Okay, so I got 3. Okay, because he gave me a great idea. So I'm gonna start because I got a lot of women sending like text messages, voice messages. So I'm gonna start doing free stuff by breaking down how to talk to the women and what to say next. Those will be like YouTube shorts and stuff for you. I'm working on this thing I've worked for years called Mouthpiece 101, and I'm breaking it down. It's gonna be an app on your phone. So it's gonna be a breaking down with some PDF files in there. It's gonna have classes in there. It's gonna have a bunch of things in there to teach you the things that I learned when I was 9 to get to where I'm at right now. Then after that, I'm gonna open up another school of game that's actually teach about fucking sex and eating that pussy and shit. Excuse me. But eating that pussy.
And I finish it up by saying, we're gonna continue being consistent, because one thing about manhood shit is consistency, and what we exhibit by always showing up to the real game of theory, for example. That's what we show by always doing content on our own individual channels. That's what we, shout out to Jay Roman right over there. Shout out to Jay Roman. Jay Roman be coming through on the Manhood is a Skill Set show. And it takes a little bit of doing to sit there and come up with gems off the dome every single week. You understand? So understand it's like, yes, we're all working on new things and we're all working on new ways to efficiently bring you guys the message in different, more effective ways. But at the same time, the consistency is the backbone of everything. So we're going to maintain the consistency and continue to be an example. You understand? And so it's because it's cool to look towards the new stuff, but it's also very important and instrumental to pay attention to what got you there. So I'm saying, so we gotta keep that in mind.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
What's up?
Yo.
King Blake, 29, Texas made, ATL paid. You feel me? So look, I want to ask you guys, how did you guys build out your program specifically, like for yourself and for the women and people in your life?
Yeah.
I know, like programs are like tailored specifically to like yourself. So, like, how did you go about that?
You got to get on the bad boy
I'm glad you
membership
asked
for
that
that.
question because I have a program on the bad boy membership, which will
Yes.
check it out for how to create your program. You feel what I'm saying? But this is something that we all talk about. All having a program is understanding who you are and then creating your life based on who you are. And then when you're dealing with anybody, not just women, you fit them into that. You see what I'm saying? So that's really what it's about. It's about you doing things on your terms. You know what I'm saying? And so when you understand yourself and you're doing things on your terms, then what happens is that you know how to fit other people into your life and into your situation where it benefits you, but it also benefits them because they're a part of your program. And because you're actually a man that's doing something productive, you have a direction where you're going, and you're setting an example for other people who are in your life, right? Then everything comes together to not only benefit you, but benefit other people in your life. You know what I'm saying?
So there are two programs going on right now. There's a program of 5, 6, 7 guys that actually want to learn some shit. Then there's a program of a bunch of people that don't want to do shit because they're sitting on their lazy asses. All you guys have flown here to Miami to sit and not be over there, but you're here. And see what I'm saying? You have programs, and that's the fucked up problem. Your programs, I give you credit. You're here, you want to ask questions. You flew out here, rode a goat, whatever the fuck, how the fuck you're here. But the question is, program is all about opportunity. Either you're going to take the opportunity, which you guys over there are doing it. But then the program over here, how does one say I want to learn the game, be a man, and all these things, when the opportunity is there, right in your face, but you're not taking it, gentlemen. You shouldn't be sitting on your asses right now. You've been doing that all your life. That's what your program is showing you right now. This is what we've been talking about, to get out of your comfort zone. This is all comfort here. This is discomfort. You guys, all you motherfuckers should be all in that motherfucking mind right there to prove to yourself that I actually really want to do shit instead of sitting on my lazy ass. But you do what you want to do. I'm trying to explain the program. This is why you need to be a student of the game. Because if you're going to do it yourself, some of you will be over there, and most of you will be over here. So when it comes to a program, you got to be a student to say, you know what, I'm willing to unlearn what I learned. Because you can get access into the game. The game is not, the game just because you want to be in the game doesn't mean you can earn that shit. Because one has to have access to the temple and then access to the studies to become the student. So
you always say the doors within the doors.
Doors behind doors behind doors. But again, all of y'all are on programs. The problem is that why is your program having you over here sitting down, guys? I mean, the inspiration of this movie alone should make you say, damn, get the fuck out of my way. You should be knocking these motherfuckers to get to that high. But look what your program is doing. Your program is why it's hard to be in the game. People think the game is easy. It's easy for those who love themselves and want to be a part of it, but program is hard, and you get the idea now. What is your program saying about you? Get on track. This is an opportunity. Again, I got opportunity. All these motherfuckers right here, opportunity to talk to them right now. What is your program saying? Just sit and do nothing all your fucking life, what you've been doing to get nothing. Get off your fucking asses and do something. And the reason I say this quick, I did it at 9 years old. I was 9 years old doing this shit. I wanted that shit so bad. I remember my story. I told you I wanted to get in the game. Kept bugging my mentor. He's like, no, fuck you, bitch, you ain't getting out. I was all together. And he said, who wants money? And we all rose our hands. He pulled out dimes, pennies, and nickels and threw that shit right on the concrete and just stood there. And whoever got on their fucking knees and scraped and got that money, he said, all you guys stand over there. Everybody else get the fuck out of my face because you thought when you said money, you thought it was $1, $5, $100 bill. That penny, that dime, that nickel is a penny, dime, and nickel more in your bank account. What shows that the game is talking about it. It's about being about it. Be proud of yourself, guys. Get there. We're here for you, but you can meet us halfway. Change your program, start a new one by getting your ass in that line, or not. But you can't say we never told you. I'm sorry. I didn't get you back.
Y'all know they keep talking like that?
No, look, when we watched the documentary, one of the common themes was about societal conditioning and how, as men, we're led down this path as what society says we should be, which is usually a diluted version of what we're meant to be, right? So, as a man, you have to decide for yourself what kind of life do you want to live, what kind of experiences do you want to have, with or without women in it. Women should not be the main factor in you deciding how you want to move through life, not at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it shouldn't be an afterthought, really. It's about you. And then when you do encounter women, they should assimilate. Y'all remember the Star Trek joint, the boards, what, the Deep Space Nine or some shit? I don't know. But no, but basically you had these other space aliens called the board. And they would kidnap people and say, you must assimilate. Resistance is futile. Right? So that's basically you look at women, like if you fucking with me, resistance is futile, you must assimilate to my shit. You know what I'm saying? Period. But the problem with a lot of guys, guys are too concerned with acceptance, fear, validation, and all that type of shit. Like the gentleman said that he traveled from Detroit, 313. He said he traveled by himself and he felt uncomfortable. And the reason why is he's not always used to doing shit with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Having a co-pilot with him or some shit. Right? And through life, you gotta move by yourself. Like even when you have people in your life, you're still by yourself. You really truly are. At the end of the day, you're always gonna have your best interest in mind. Nobody can love you like you love yourself. Period. It's never gonna happen.
All right, really quick, just a quick raise your hand if you feel like that you can get better somehow in some way. Just raise your hand. Okay, so by raising your hand, you're acknowledging that you can get better. Now, recognizing what that is and asking a question is what you should be doing. So again, I'm only saying that is because how do you acknowledge that you need help in something? Now, if you're solving it yourself, that's fine too. I ain't gonna pressure you. You know what I mean? But I will tell you this. If I'm traveling alone and if I'm going somewhere to see something or do something, I'm gonna experience this MF, right? I'm gonna experience it to the max, and I'm gonna do everything I can to get value out of that. And I think for me, I'm a big value person. Like to be real, these is cool brothers right here, man. I ain't gonna lie, you know, I was questionable at first, man. You know what I mean? I was like, hold up. Don't make sure dudes ain't no busters. I was on the first few shows like this, man. I was tight. I was tight. You know, I was tight on the show. I was like, hold on, man, let me make sure, man. But you know what, man, these brothers, they're solid, good brothers. And behind the scenes, they're even better. So I would tell y'all, man, like, I took a chance, and the chance that I took was for me to put myself out there because I didn't come on YouTube to do anything. I came on YouTube just to run and talk some motherfucking shit and spit this motherfucking game on there. I always came out, I don't give a fuck about 1 or 2 people. I remember talking to Steve, and I didn't even look at my numbers for like a year. Like, I didn't know dashboards. Yeah, I'm just like, it didn't matter what the title was, it didn't matter what it was. And I put it up because I was more worried about the message getting out than receiving anything, right? And I'm still that way. I don't really switch too much up. I'm trying to be more positive because I believe a lot of you men need more positivity because you're negative to yourself.
So your thing was designing your program for your life, right? Okay, so to go a little bit with what 1950 just talked about, the value in the experience, right? And I also would like to call it being connected to your experience. And what that means is to actually live. Because a lot of us, when we make mistakes, we either go through regret or we act like we didn't make the mistakes. So therefore, we're not connected to the value of the experience. Because there's value in the experience of making mistakes too. They're called lessons. A lot of times we love to disconnect from that and act like, nah, that wasn't me, that was the younger me, I don't know. But see, you're missing out on the value. And the value in the experience can help you design your program.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because when you meet a baddie, right? She bad, right? And then you go to her house at like 1:30 in the morning and you smash. And then you say, man, I'm tired, I don't feel like driving back home. Let me just spend the night. And then the next morning she's like, oh, let's go to brunch. And then next week you trying to holler at another one. And then the one you spend the night with, she's like, so hun, what's going on? Where are you? How come you haven't called me? Then you call us up talking about, yo, Miles, I just went to her last week and she acted like I'm her boyfriend. Even the reason why you calling us up is because you disconnected from the fucking mistake.
I called about that one.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? So this is how you design your program. You make the mistake and you connect to it and you receive the value, which is the lesson, and then you use that to design your program moving forward. You see what I'm saying? And it's not only about getting the lessons from the mistakes, it's also about being able to connect with some of the things that guys like us say. Being able to connect with things you see in your family. Maybe you see your uncles, your father, a friend make a mistake. You see what I'm saying? Life is here to be lived. And it's not just to celebrate the good shit. Too many of us is looking just to celebrate the good shit. No, we gotta live life to the fullest. That means the bad shit and the good shit. But as men, it's not bad or good, it's just life. Because we're not supposed to really get on emotionally attached to the good or the bad, but we're supposed to be able to see the whole thing. And then we take from it the value, and then we design our program based on all of these lessons because we're connected to the entire experience called life.
Wow, this is not good. Yeah. I was going to piggyback on what you were talking about.
Piggyback?
No.
Right, I was just asking.
Yo, man. What I want to mention, man, is when you talk about having structure with your life in your program, one of the things that I've talked about is, as a man, as Miles, you alluded to this, you take accountability for everything, the good and the positive. Okay, even with women, right? You take full responsibility, and the reason why, because if you took your ego out of it, if you took the little hurt feelings out of it, and you thought about it for a moment, you'll realize there were missteps, there were mistakes along the way. Right? It's not necessarily about the fact that, okay, I fucked up with this woman. Right? You could be in year 5, but if you go back to year 2, you should have left her alone in year 2. But here you are in year 5, the disrespect is there, the toxicity, the drama, all the bullshit. But what happens in a relationship ends is you feel some type of way because of the investment that you put into it. Right? But that's on you though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a great question, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to be here, and I appreciate everything y'all do, man. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
My name is Julio. Julio Studio in the chat.
Oh, you're in studio in the chat.
I'm gonna take a page out of a 1950s book. Thank you, Julio, for coming out here and watching this Game King show. Really, you honestly got to thank yourself for being out here.
That's okay.
My main question is something that you said about the mistakes that towards the end of the video, Mr. Lucario, was that one of your mistakes was listening to somebody's right way of doing something and thinking that's the right way to do it for yourself and then running with it. And I happen to pick up so many right ways of doing things that end up being the completely wrong way. So my main question, and maybe it goes off the program question, is am I supposed to find out or discover the impact I want to make first and then become the person that makes that impact? Or am I supposed to become the man that I want, create my program, do everything that's good for me, and then just make the impact that's going to happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, basically what it is you gotta listen to your gut. So the problem is that we listen to what other people told us to listen to first, and then we find out later that wasn't the way, and then you feel like you wasted your time and energy trying to be what they told you to be instead of being who you wanted to be in the first place. You know what I mean? And we all have that too in a lot of situations. You could be talking to your parents and they want you to do it in your gut. You're like, I don't want to do that shit. You do it because you want to please your parents. Same thing with your girl. Your girl's like, oh, let's go to brunch. You're like, I don't want to do that shit, but then you go to brunch. You just want to please your girl. You see what I'm saying? So, and you're taught to be that. You're taught to do things based on what everybody else is telling you to do. And the reason why you do that is still a level of fear because you feel like, well, if I don't do these things, I'm going to be ostracized from society and no one's going to like me and no one's going to want to be my friend and all this other stuff. So what I would say is trust your gut first, because your gut is telling you this. And what happens is that the longer you take to trust your gut, the more time you're going to waste living your life as somebody else and not living your life as you. You see what I'm saying?
The next question.
Oh, yeah, I want to say something. Okay, real quick. So remember your fingerprint. I always tell you you're the only one of your kind. There is no one else on this world like you because of your fingerprint, okay? That's what makes you unique. So if you know your fingerprint, why not learn your own language? See, I think the problem is with everything you're saying is kind of like paper. Like a lot of guys, it's like a New Year's resolution. I want to do this, the ball drops, and then you do it for a few days, you stop, and then, that's why I always say, we're in the 10th month of this day, of this year, you're still the same person. In order to have the understanding, again, I gotta go back to student of the game. Our job is not to say be a common copy of Miles, 1950s dad, and Mr. Lucario, or anyone say that. No, we're not saying that. We're saying that we're here to help you learn you by having more of an understanding of who you are. So you don't know who you are, and that's why you keep looking for things outside yourself and taking things in. That's why we say the great period of management has fucked a lot of you guys up because y'all trusted, you blindly trusted, versus listen to people who have your best intentions. So what you gotta do is, you gotta, like, empty the cup first and stop just saying what I wanna do or what I wanna do. You start moving on it. Again, it goes back to the uncomfortable. So there's layers to it, but again, one must be a student to understand that. Zach?
Thank you, gentlemen.
No, I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Hey, this is Caleb from Boca Raton, nearby in South Florida. What up? So, the guy asked my question about, having a program. I can see that, she can have a membership, get some coaching. But I want to ask a question about something that happened recently, right? So, I know Miles in the documentary, he talked about how, being a man, you gotta, in case something happens. I want to know, what can you leverage, how can you leverage a situation you've never been in? Imagine, your tire goes flat. What do you know, since it's the unknown, what can you leverage in situations? Sorts of,
Tire goes flat?
Yeah, let's say, for example, I got in a car crash. So,
Oh, you got in a car crash? Yeah. Okay, tell me about that.
Okay, so what happened is that it was a lady, so she came straight out and she talked to me And she ended up calling the police. I didn't leave the situation.
What do you mean? She came straight out of hit you? What happened?
No, so what happened is that I made a mistake, right?
You made a mistake.
Yes.
So the accident was your fault.
Yes.
Okay.
So that she came out and I called my dad first, right?
Okay.
But she ended up calling the police after that. So I wanted to know would I in that situation that I didn't know the solution to.
Okay, so listen, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in your own car accident before?
No, this is the first time.
Okay, so check this out. Check this out. You now have that experience.
That is true. Yeah.
How many of you're a young college kid, correct?
Yeah.
How many of your friends in your circle have had an accident?
I did. I don't know anyone else.
You don't know anyone else, exactly. So what I'm saying is you are now in a privileged position. This is what I'm saying about manhood. It's not good or bad. It's just an experience that you connected to get value from. So now you can even go to your friends and be like, listen guys, if you're ever in a car accident, make sure you do this, this, and this. Call your parents immediately, call the cops, call your insurance company. You get what I'm saying? You've been in it now. You got to go through the shit. So now you can tell someone about it. You can tell your friend. You can tell someone else. You can have a conversation with someone else who's been in that position. And you can compare notes and you can learn even more. But the point of the matter is you are now in a privileged position just through experience. You've had a unique experience that you can now look back to, and there's value in that. See, again, the problem is that so many times we have the experience, and because it's considered bad, or we look at it, oh, I made a mistake and it's my fault, you don't want to connect to it. You think it's so bad that you're unwilling to learn from it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, they talk about the train wreck, right? It's like it's hard to look at, but you can't look away. But you're only looking at it for entertainment purposes. You're not actually seeing what's going on. You're not getting a lesson from it. But this is your train wreck. You need to get a lesson from it. You need to go back out of it, take your ego out of it, take the shame out of it, because you're a little bit ashamed that you made a mistake, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And you're like, oh, now I'm a young kid, nobody's gonna trust me with a car anymore. Oh my God, my insurance is gonna go up, my parents are gonna be mad, blah, blah, blah. Take that out of it and say to yourself, I just had to, first of all, you made it out alive, bro. Right. You walked here today. You had a car accident and you walked here today. Isn't that something to be grateful for? You had a car accident and you still have use of your brain, so use your brain and learn something from it. Understand the privilege of the experience. You've had it and other people haven't, and you're able to even talk about it. That's a beautiful thing within itself. You understand? So it's up to you to go back, recount, and understand the value in the experience that you've had.
Thanks for your question.
Gotcha, appreciate it.
My name is Brandon Alexander, and I was coming down because as I heard 50 and Miles talking about this, you guys were talking about comfortability. I wanted to know because I've recognized myself as I grew up. I've never really learned self-discipline and holding myself accountable. But my question that I want to ask is like, when it comes to that, how do you master self-discipline? Like, did you learn that from mentors, or did you learn that yourselves? Like when it came to pushing yourself past that, you don't want to do something.
I had no choice. It was either I'm gonna do what I'm told to do, or you're gonna tell me to fuck off and leave. It was hard for me. You're saying how do you push yourself, right?
Yeah, like I know it ties into like being responsible. Like you gotta whether it be, let's say you gotta do your laundry or you gotta do certain things, like even simple things like that. I notice I don't typically hold myself accountable. And I let my body or my mind just say, okay, I got the luxury of time, sleep, whatever.
Yeah, but that's again, you choose to do it. That's what I'm saying. You can't sit here and cry with spilled milk. We make choices. You choose to be where you're at because all these men had fire under it. But they had a light under them. Yeah, they had a light under them where no one should have to tell you to have this kind of drive. You should have that on your own. But again, remember, the game is what game does. So whatever you do or don't do is actually going to be the truth.
So, wait, the reason why I'm so disciplined is because I'm afraid of letting myself down. That's what I'm afraid of, right? So for me, I want to look in the mirror. I don't want to look at myself and say, you know what, I was a bitch that moment, right? And I'm serious about that. This is something I'm serious about. So what I'm saying to you is that you're not afraid of your own punishment. That's why you continue to be the way you are. You got to be afraid of self. I'm not afraid to let anybody down, right? I'm afraid of letting myself down. So that you got to remember that's how discipline works. If I know, like for me, you know, I knew coming down here, I don't know if y'all know, but I've been working out and fucking running and shit, boxing again. So for me, it was losing weight, but it was really getting myself healthy. It wasn't for nobody else. I knew when I came down here for the 3 days, oh, I'm turning up, I'm eating whatever I want. I went to the gym, I'm trying to eat whatever I want. When I get back, I'm gonna be on myself to do what I need to do. But I'm enjoying myself right now. But this is all a goal and a plan. So I still gonna let myself down. This was a plan of mine. Nobody else said, "Oh, do this," and then I did it. No, this was a plan. I had a plan. I knew what I was gonna do. This was a goal of mine. So now that I complete a goal and I get back, I'm gonna push myself to get back. Got me?
No, bro, I think because you said earlier that you lack discipline and you're like, oh, I can do that later. You know, like you have procrastinate.
Yeah, no, it's-
So, you know, earlier, I mean, Paul, I was talking about the point about being in the comfort zone and nothing blows there. That's you. You know, look, and this is both people. This is just, man, this is women too. You know what I'm saying? Both men and women are good at this, right? Is you're content with your lot in life. You're content with where you're at. Right? And instead of you living life is just happening around you. Like, you're not making things happen where you can actually enjoy yourself beyond what's available to you. You know what I'm saying? There's more you can do. But again, you're content. So let me ask you a question. How old are you, brother?
30.
30 years old.
30.
Yes.
Good for you. Look like
Okay, you have your own spot, you live in that?
I've got my own spot up, and I am venturing out right now, growing business.
Okay, you want a family one day?
So can you say that again?
So you want a family one day, or are you cool with, you know, being single and chilling?
Yes, but in a different way. Like, you know, definitely having my own type of empire, having my own roster. I'm definitely
Nah, dog. Good mic. Hey, dog. Get you one woman. Okay, you're right. I'm gonna wrap this up. Get one woman, bro. It's not in you. And I'm telling you this, bro. I'm gonna let you know right now, dog. You're them days, like a lot of you men try to be something. Okay? I'm not trying to be fucking Superman. I can't fly and jump off a building. That's not me, right? But I can be the best of me, right? I'm telling you, bro, you putting yourself in a situation, you ask a discipline question, and you want to have a roster of women, you really need to check your priorities, bro. It's here.
Appreciate your question, bro. All right.
Thank you.
Like we're gonna try to you know make this more concise because we run it up on time. So go ahead with your question.
All right, hi, I'm Eric Parkland.
Real quick, shout out to Eric for winning the round.
It's that me, so I hit myself.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so just want to appreciate all you guys coming down here. Long story short, I have a question about emotions. So, as a man, there's a time and place for emotions versus being emotional. So, in a situation where you get frustrated about a situation that's happening outside of you, and someone's not doing something the way you want it to be done, or did something happen in a situation where it didn't go the way you thought it was? When does emotion of anger come out, or shouldn't come out, versus you suffocating?
So, have you ever heard the saying, don't sweat what you can't control? No. And that's the bottom line, right? We all have emotions, right? Sadness, happiness, frustration, anger, all that shit. Everybody has that, right? The problem is, a lot of people who get emotional, they get emotional because they feel powerless, right? But this is what it's really about. You feel powerless, you feel like you can't affect or impact the outcome of what's going on around you. And you have to ask yourself this question. Number one, whatever is going on, can you change it? If you can't change it or alter it, why even worry about it? You know, give it to God, let him deal with it, right? If you can't change it. Now, if you can alter it, why complain about it? Why feel frustrated? Just take action and alter it. But it goes back to the comfort zone situation. I'm comfortable. For me to alter the course of this, I have to do something that's uncomfortable. And again, as men, it's not about being comfortable. As long as you're uncomfortable, you're always going to seek comfort. Okay? But you should never be able to find it though, right? Because when we talk about manhood, just evolving, growing, and maturing, there's always going to be another challenge around the corner. As soon as you tackle this issue, there will come another one. But that's life.
Thanks for the question, brother. I appreciate it.
Hello. My name is Eric.
Eric
As well, shout out to Eric.
All right.
My question is about a standard and your individual laws and rules and codes, and the people closest to you, maybe push back on that and that kind of thing, and how you handle checking the people closest to you. For anyone.
When you say the people closest to you, what are you talking about?
Family, longtime friends.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, 2 things I'm gonna give you, and then we're gonna move to the next person, because we just running up on time, guys, so apologize, but 2 things. Family are just regular people with your DNA. I know a few of you heard me say that, but family, you really have to remember this, because they're very close to you, and you take for granted the fact that you're close to your family. Being close to your family is not a guarantee. The fact that you're close to your family and they give you advice and they tell you things and so on and so forth, that is a luxury. That doesn't happen for everyone. Some people are born in a ditch somewhere. You get what I'm saying? And they don't even know their family. So you having your family, don't misconstrue the fact that you're close to them trying to control your life, especially you being a man. You understand what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, when it comes to your friends, you have to remember there's something called static identity. Meaning that if I met you in junior high school, you're that same skinny kid from junior high school. So every time I see you, I'm gonna make the same jokes. I'm gonna treat you the same way because I see you the same way. I don't realize that you're a grown ass man now. I don't realize that I should respect you as such because your identity is static, meaning your identity stayed the same in my eyes. So you have to be careful of how you deal with the people that have known you for a long time and make sure that you understand your evolution. And if they don't understand it, let them fall off. That's it. All right, next question. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, gentlemen.
What's up, guys? My name is Brandon, and my question is...
Shout out to Brandon real quick, the other rapper winner.
My question is, how did you guys realize that you were the guy?
Oh.
Yeah, that's a great question.
That guy.
So it's real simple. So you realize that you're the guy when you recognize that all the shit that made you think you wasn't the guy was bullshit. It's really that simple. So a lot of the shit that you guys feel about yourself is a lot of it is taught. You're conditioned to hate yourself. You're conditioned to think that you're nothing. You're conditioned to think that you got to do all this extra stuff. When you throw all that away, then you realize, wait a second, like, I recognize that I am that guy, I've been that guy, I've always been that guy, and now that I actually have game, I'll recognize that it's always been there. That's basically what it is.
Yep.
But next question, appreciate you, brother. That was a good question, man.
Hi, everybody doing this, Keith from New Orleans.
a question for Mr. Lothario. Like when you say the truth is inside you, does that? I just want some clarity. Does that mean like once a human becomes a student in the game, just to go with your first move or what's in all of your soul? Like,
yes, basically what the truth is inside you means is that you have to understand that truth is subjective. Facts is facts. Like this is a chair, that's a fact. Because we all collectively agree this is a chair, right? The truth is that I may say, well, I need to sit in the chair because my feet hurt, or my legs hurt, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else might say, I don't need to sit in the chair so my feet don't hurt. So we have two different truths. You see what I'm saying? So when we say the truth is inside you, what we're saying is that what you want, what you know, what you want to do, how you want to do it, how you want to live your life, you already know it. It's inside you already. You already know exactly, hey, I want to go do this instead of that. I want to be here instead of there. You already know this. So what happens is that the problem is that other people are telling you, hey, don't go this way, go that way. But you know you want to go this way. So the truth is you want to go this way. So it's already inside you that you know what you want to do. You just have to stop listening to everybody else telling you what your truth is. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
That's what it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it, brother. Good question. Appreciate it. Yeah, we moving along real nicely.
shout out to the Game Kings here. I'm still a student of the game. I'll get to the point about it, but I never realized how important the game was until I became a traveler and started just circumnavigating the country, going to different hospitals, and realized how basically how fucked up people can be. But it's understandable. But the question that's been bothering me for the longest time, and I would love for you guys to expound upon it, is what do women mean when they say, I want a man to be a leader, I want a man to take charge? I heard from somebody goofy ass motherfucker, but I need some real ass answers.
Did you just say what do women mean? I'm sorry.
What do women mean when they say, I want a man to lead, I want a man to take charge?
That's your first question.
Okay.
I mean, that's your first mistake.
First of all, I'll say this. Why do you care what women are saying?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. Now, let me just say this. Let me be clear. It doesn't mean that a woman's opinion doesn't matter or factor into the equation. But when it comes to being a man, I don't give a fuck what you want. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's about what you want, how you live in your life, right? We're all leaders in our own way, right? So no one can come into your life. It's kind of like this love language bullshit that people talk about, right? Like, I want you to love me like this. No. This is what I'm gonna do. This is how I'm doing. If it's a problem for you, you ain't gotta fuck with it. So if you're dealing with a woman who doesn't like your style or your leadership style, she's the wrong woman. You don't have to adjust or make accommodations or concessions or compromise your standards, your beliefs, your integrity, and your dignity to fit her narrative or what she thinks the leader should be. She need to go find that motherfucker she's searching for.
All right, well, thanks. Appreciate the question,
Thank you
brother.
for the question. Thank you.
All right, so real quick,
Even on the outside, still hold my head up high, my chest up and shoulders back. In my mind, I realize I'm still losing in life. So now this is for you. So even though I take full accountability for the position I'm in right now, how do I still be grateful even though I'm still not in the position that I'm at right now? Even on the outside, I still, posture is right, chest up, head up, shoulders back. I still appear that I'm in great shape. Or I still appear my mindset is, where it needs to be, but I'm not in the position I'm at right now. So how do I be more grateful, even though I realize I'm kind of losing in life now?
What do you mean you're losing in life?
Basically, so I'm not, like I told you exactly, I am living with my mom and dad again. So it's like.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you're living at your mom and dad's house, where do you sleep?
My deceased brother's room.
Your deceased brother. So you have your own room?
So,
yes or no?
No.
Who sleeps in the room with you?
Actually, I have my own room, yes.
You got your own room?
I have my own room.
You ungrateful motherfucker. You got your own room? Wait. You got the option to fuck up in life and then go back to your parents' house and live in your own fucking room?
You got both parents?
You got both parents? You ungrateful bitch ass nigga. Listen to me. You were looking at a man was living in a one-room situation, sleeping in the same bed with his fucking dad. I was in my 30s, sleeping in the same bed with my father. And then instead of totally crashing out because I thought I was losing, right? And I told this story on my Zoom too, on the membership. Because I instead of crashing out, bro, I picked myself up and I was patient and I was grateful and I listened what I was grateful for. I wrote these things down daily, shit, by the minute because it got that bad. Let me tell you something. Gratitude is not automatic. Gratitude is not like your involuntary muscle of your beating heart. If you want to be grateful, you have to do it. You have to do it. You have to choose. Instead of thinking I'm losing, let me see how I'm winning. I got my parents. I got my own room. You got your own room? Then you know what I did after that? Me and my pops, thankfully we was running a business and we was paying rent at our business place. So I said, you know what? I can't sleep in the same bed with a fucking man at age 30. Let me sleep on the floor of our place of business. And if you ever lived in Florida, you know you got fucking lizards and roaches and Florida's a fucking zoo. I would wake up in the morning and see a fucking lizard just laying there. I would go get the broom to sweep him out. The nigga will be gone when I come back. So he was literally sleeping next to me. You see what I'm saying? I'm sleeping on the floor of my own office. And I was thankful that my mother gave me a 4-inch cushion. It was one of those cushions that it was a 3-section cushion that you could fold it into a square and put it in the corner. So at night, that's what I'm sleeping on. I had enough money to go to Walmart, and I was grateful that I had enough money to go to Walmart. So I had a 3 cushion and a fucking pillow on the floor of the office. And you think you're losing? All the people out there in strife right now with the war and all of this shit going on. You think you're losing? You gotta count your fucking blessings. That's what you need to do. All of you in here, if you think you're losing, you flew to fucking Miami to watch a movie, and you're losing? The fuck out of here. You just don't know how good you have it. That's the problem. And that's with most of you. That's with most of you. You don't know how good you have it. I tell guys this all the time. You guys get mad about, oh, I hollered at this girl and she ignored me. I have a client. This dude has cerebral palsy. He has to use flashcards to talk to women because he cannot speak. You literally can put on your clothes, do what you want to do and walk up to the girl. And if she ignores you, it's the end of the fucking world for you. While this guy has to roll up to her in a wheelchair, twitching and shit because his cerebral palsy is that bad, and then he has to hand her a flashcard and for her to read it, and you're winning. All of you are winning. You're here today. That's how many times I actually to give a round of applause for the fucking movie and showing up. Because you're winning. You can tell me that. You had your whole fucking room. You understand me? Sir. Count your blessings. Count your blessings. Because as bad as you think it is, bro, it could be worse. Okay? Always. If you wake up every day, every time you open up your eyes, you better be thankful, bro. You better be thankful because nobody promised you was gonna wake up. Nobody promised any of y'all that I was gonna make it here safe and y'all did. Don't play those games with me, bro. Don't play none of those games with me. That's exactly why I went skydiving the other day, because it brought everything to me. As the fucking plane was going up in the air, and I'm about to jump out of the plane right now. It made me realize this don't belong to us. The only reason why you can sit there and act like I'm losing, I'm losing, bro. Yo, come on, man. Feeling sorry for myself. Only reason why you can do that is because you think you are entitled. You think you're entitled to this shit called life? Every day you wake up is an opportunity. Count your fucking blessings and let those blessings create value inside and learn how to be of value and a blessing to others. That's what you need to do.
He's so happy he got back in line.
Hey, when you're a winner, even when you lose, you're still a winner.
Facts.
Yes. Right? All right.
I said he's so happy he got back in line.
Exactly.
All right, so great thing I'm grateful for is being here,
yes,
seeing this movie, Yes. In a documentary. Let's see. Having a great physique. I work hard, but I might see a video. I go to the gym 4 to 5 days a week. So, and then my mindset. My mindset for the past 5 to 6 years has changed drastically, but it's still that, voice in the back of my head. But just listening to you, that voice has got to be gone now. So.
No. Listen, it's a constant war, brother. It's a constant war. You gotta fight those negative urges and those negative thoughts. That's the devil trying to win. You understand?
Yes, sir.
That's the devil trying to win. You got to come out on top all the time. It's a constant war, and that's that discomfort that we're talking about. That's manhood. That is the consistency of the choice to choose being grateful. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's a choice, bro. Keep fighting a good fight, bro.
All right. Shout out to you guys. Jamal, 25, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Questions for Steve?
All right.
Steve, you often talk about putting your emotions in your pocket. So once a man is able to put those emotions in his pocket, can he build consistency from that?
Well, the consistency is from your emotions. There's no feeling in the game. Women are just a perk. And she is nothing until she shows me she's something. She's a nothing and nobody. Doesn't take any value away from women. But what I'm saying is, if you put too much value into women, you do everything all your life. Like, again, brush your teeth. There's no fear. You don't have any emotion in brushing your teeth or opening the door or turning on your car. It's just when it comes to a piece of pussy, you put your feelings in this shit. We stand for the law. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck what she say or do. She ain't following the fuck I'm saying. I don't give a fuck. I'll get rid. Like Macario always say the best. It's hard to get rid of them motherfuckers when we have game. It's hard. It's the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing. But we're saying is stop giving them so much validity. When you see her, it's just like turn a light switch. Get her out of your system. Because you're putting fear and thoughts and things in it. That's all I'm saying. But see, you're making it about women and not yourself. So then right there, your question is null and void. Because you're made about the woman and not the man.
All right, thank you.
Respect.
Hey, how you doing, y'all? My name's Dave County native. This question's for Steve. I know you say don't become outcome dependent, burn the shit down.
Burn the fucking shit.
Burn the fucking shit down, right.
Yeah.
How can you have that mentality in all situations?
Because I'm me. Because I don't give a fuck. My favorite, I always tell you, Christmas here, I love everybody in the street. Not the end part, we all hug and kiss and all that. Just no fucks given. I don't give a fuck. I wish I could care. I just don't give a fuck. And anytime something is not worthy of being in my life, I will cut motherfuckers off, sleep like a baby. Sometimes with my thumb in my mouth. I'm just saying, that's how I feel. What I'm saying is, when you learn the game, lock it down, you're not going to give a fuck. You're going to dismiss it, but it's the love that you have for yourself. You're not going to allow anybody or anything to disrupt what you have going on, buddy. I respect it.
Sorry, when is Game King 3 coming?
Shit.
Chris Lynn.
What up? Age 21, Cincinnati. Who they, Steve? Dallas Cowboys. Anyways. Swag Cam Miami style. Mr. 1950.
All right, so I told you earlier, bro. I can't. I'm not complimenting you. So I don't do that. But I'm telling you, man, you can't put together, man. Regardless of what it is, man, it's what you want to wear. I always try to tell people swag is what you are coming out with, right? I just ask cats to be clean and sharp looking, man. You smell good, you're feeling good, you'll look good. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That's all it is, man. Wear what you want, but pimp that motherfucker out. You know what I mean?
Joe Blast, Connecticut.
Joe Blast, building!
Well, I actually had 4 things, but I said 1 to Steve and 1 to King Jackson. That's 2. That's the one and one.
and he's saying why you don't give a fuck so much. The other two is for everybody. How to build. I'm inconsistent, so I want to become consistently consistent. And also, growing up, I always battled with negative thoughts. I want to learn from you guys how I can get past that.
Well, first and foremost, the reason why I don't give a fuck so much is because here's the thing, bro. When you care too much, you're too codependent on the opinions of others, right? And what you don't understand is you give a lot of your power away, right? At the end of the day, there are people here who would fuck with you if you gave a fuck less, right? Now, here's the thing though, there's gonna be people in your life now who might not be there once you evolve your way of thinking, right? And the reason why that is, because you're gonna have people in your life currently, they wanna have influence over how you move. They wanna keep you in a certain space because you're beneficial to them in that space. Once you evolve your mindset, you're no longer beneficial to them, right? But the problem is you're probably still codependent on their acceptance, on their validation, which is why you take it out of your own way and have the mindset of, I'm gonna do me and fuck who don't like me.
So, and I would also say too, like you're saying, like the negative thoughts, and you have a lot of negative thoughts about yourself. Like you said? Yeah, so a lot of times what happens is the negative thoughts that we have about ourselves are connected to us trying to be accepted by everybody else. So earlier when I was like, well, you know, I'm losing in life, right? The reason why he thought he was losing in life was because he was comparing his life to what he thought he was supposed to be based on what other people are telling him he should be. And that's causing negative thoughts in your own head. Right. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that when you focus fully on exactly what you want and what you want to do, right? Those negative thoughts go out of your, it's not even there because you're so focused in the moment on what you want to do and exactly what you want. So anytime when I'm doing anything that I love to do, there's no negative thoughts. When I'm playing video games and shit, I'm good. When I'm watching a movie that I'm enjoying myself, I'm, you know, having sex with my woman, it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no negative thoughts. You know what I mean? And that's because I'm focused on exactly what I want to do. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying?
I just enjoyed my stroke too.
And plus, you one of the biggest things I know. You talk about you inconsistent. You consistent with the gym though, ain't you?
Facts.
So there are parts of you that are consistent. All you got to do is be grateful and learn how to expand that value to other parts of your life. And if you're actually grateful, right? Think about this, guys. Everybody listening. Think about this. If you 100% fill your brain with thoughts of gratitude, how would you have space for thoughts of negativity? Think about it. If you fill your brain with thoughts of gratitude, how do you have space for negativity? It's up to you. Bottom line. All right?
Miles, Joe, I want you to think about something. A lot of times when, men and women are guilty of this, a lot of times when you feel like you're deficient somewhere, you will take areas. I know you be in the gym making on weights, and it could be that you have things in your mind, whether it be lack of self-assuredness, self-esteem issues, insecurities, you're overcompensating in the gym. What you really should be doing is taking passions and spreading them around evenly in every aspect of your life.
How much is your gym membership?
Like $31.
Who's your coach here?
I'm on the membership. Mario.
Fine, I digress.
Good?
Yeah, all right.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, bro. Thanks, Joe.
My question, first of all, congratulations on the documentary. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. My question pertains to what Miles said. He said that he had learned how to love himself, not love what other people loved about himself. Can you expand? It kind of went into the last question we just had. Can you expand a little bit more and tie that into self-validation or others?
Like growing up in like high school, especially high school, right?
because I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I went to Canarsie High School. And Brooklyn, high school is like a popularity contest. It's a fashion show and a popularity contest, right? So you get into the culture of what you wear and how you impress and who likes this and who doesn't like that, and then you start to get into the of succumbing to popular opinion. I find myself doing that more and more and more. And then on top of that, there's a whole other stigma of being West Indian and growing up in an American culture, because West Indian love to wear loud colors, so you got a lot of colors you wear, how you dress. So I let a lot of that stuff kind of seep into my subconscious, among other things. But I'm just saying, this is one of the things that I could, tell you that could possibly relate, right? And so it all kind of into people pleasing, where it was a popularity contest because I wanted to be cool with everybody. I'm like an all around type of guy. Like, I don't want to be so cool that I'm not cool with the nerds. I don't want to be so like, nerdy that I'm not cool with the street niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was the type of guy, I wanted to be cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just personality. Instead of just me being me, it turned into me wanting to please the nerds, me wanting to please the street niggas, me wanting to please the bitches, me wanting to please my own friends. And so I didn't even realize that I was becoming such a people pleaser. And so my opinion all of a sudden didn't matter. This nigga face. So somewhere along the way, growing up, my opinion of myself didn't matter. And before I realized it, after I left high school, where I had to be my own man and make my own decisions about college and school and this and that, I'm still making decisions based on other people's expectations and judgments of me. You see what I'm saying? And so when I finally got to that therapy session, it was like an awakening. You understand? And so you have to realize that you can't lose your own validation, and it's only your validation that matters. Because at the end of the day, everybody's gonna do what's best for them. And you're sitting there trying to put on what they like, and you're trying to make choices that they like. You're trying to do what they like. So when you do what they like, and from there you can build so many. It can have so many negative ramifications because now you're putting your life in certain positions that don't speak to who you really are. It doesn't speak to your masculine identity. You get what I'm saying? And so you have to realize that only what you think, when it comes to self-perception, only what you think matters. Only. And if you can believe in that and be grateful for that and understand the value of that, you'll be just fine. Appreciate you, man. Great question.
Make it a good one.
Jose, South Florida. I really resonated with what Steve said about the saddest part of the day was 11:59 p.m. and then that you cease your current self ceases to exist, and the next point you become a new man. We're constantly learning and growing. Now, how do you balance a reigning theme in the documentary was accountability? How do you balance accountability and still embodying that don't give a fuck attitude?
Well, you're king, you're emperor, you're God. You are in control of you. There's no one that controls you greater than you. So for me, and I can speak for all these men right here, my job is to make sure my marketing team markets me perfectly. I gotta make sure my standards are up. I gotta make sure, so I've gotta have my hand in every section in my mind. I mean, I don't give a fuck about people, I give a fuck about me. That one will be first, second, third, and 1,500,000. I'm always gonna be first. So I don't think about anybody else because I don't care about anybody. I just don't. I don't give a fuck. You gotta give me a reason to fuck. If you give me a reason to give a fuck, I roll with you. My boys here. They gave me all the reason to give a fuck. Man, they all gave me a reason because is that I'm not saying be mean to people. I'm just saying be kind to yourself. The kinder you are to yourself, you're going to draw in others who are all these motherfuckers are in their own way. We're not the same 50, but in their own way. Go ahead, John. Yeah, but basically at the end of the day, it's about loving yourself. Love, like I said, if you put all the love in yourself, you ain't got room for nobody else, do you? And you gotta earn that. So you gotta earn me. No diddy. I'm saying you gotta not guys, but you know they bitches and shit, but I'm just saying you gotta earn me. Period. Because you gotta remember you gotta work to my time or respect. If you're lucky enough, you might get dick. Outside of that, I don't give. I wish I could care. I don't know how to do it. I'm this because I'm so into me that all I see is me. I don't give. I just don't. You know, like we got y'all guys. I'm just saying, but I just don't give a fuck. And he don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. All these motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck. But hey, ask them about themselves. They love the fuck out of themselves because that's what the game forces you to do. Yeah, all day.
So you're so much, you know so much about yourself, and you're so sure of yourself, and you're less. I mean, you're still growing, but at my stage of my life, I'm probably there's more growth happening because I'm learning so much. Now, if I don't give a fuck attitude when I miss on opportunities for growth.
No, you're the opportunity.
Okay, you say something really pretty. So basically, when you say you don't give a fuck, what you're saying is I don't give a fuck about. They say I should give a fuck about. So meaning that I give a fuck about myself, which means that I'm going to be accountable to myself, and I'm going to grow because I'm putting so much energy into me. But I can't put much energy if I keep giving about what everybody else is saying and doing. You see what I'm saying? So you right, have to pay attention to you and check this out. That's how you actually be the best person for everyone else. They benefit from you not giving a fuck. Because when you don't give a fuck, you're an example to everybody else to love. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about. So you grow and you're accountable to yourself because you are being who you want to be for yourself and not for anybody else, for others to do the same. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, thanks for your question, bro.
Great question.
All right, guys.
Hey, give a round of applause to the. You guys got your own personal episode of Real Game No Theory. I appreciate it. Damn it, where the fuck is Ray Rock? But yo, hell yeah, somebody said it was gonna come to Miami and you check these. Listen, anyway, here's the thing, guys. So we still got the place about 6. What you do now is if you have your if you got your posters and stuff, you want to get them signed by the Game Kings, or you just want to network and confer with your brothers in the room, things like that until 6. We got the place until 6, so you guys can get some more food, whatever y'all want to do. All right, so we appreciate y'all for being here. Give yourselves a round of applause one more time. All right, we appreciate y'all.
You want to say bye to the people?
Hold on. Oh yeah, peace out, people. We ended this.
Oh, and we also have a few extra posters as well. So if you want to bring one home for your boy that couldn't make it, like that,
you just click off. Just click off and.
Let's say goodbye.
Peace out. We love you guys. How much people?
Remember this inside you.
Hey, real quick, gentlemen. I run adult sports league, so if you're looking for a place